All right, so it's almost dinner time, and I'm always the chef at night. Well, 99% of the time. And when she gets dinner, it usually goes into the truck stop while I do stuff in the truck, and then she brings food back from the truck stop. So tonight we're having burritos. We've gone through several iterations of these over the years, but this is what we've boiled it down to. And I think they're really effing good, and I think you'll enjoy them too. Oh, Melissa's shaking her head yes. She says yes, they are very good. All this stuff can be bought at a Walmart. Why do we shop there? Because we can park there. All right. So first off, it's the Hormel beef roast. Savory sauce. You get that. You heat it up for about half the time, or maybe 2 minutes total, and you're gonna get this. This we're gonna fork up. We're gonna add Chi-Chi's seasoning mix. It's a little better than the rest of them. I've tried them all. I've even tried the liquid ones, but they no longer sell. And if anybody knows anything about Chi-Chi's, well, it used to be a restaurant in the state of Wisconsin. I hear they're bringing it back, but if you speak Spanish, you probably know what Chi-Chi's means. Next up, Old El Paso traditional refried beans. Don't get the cheap ones. If it has a pull tab, they're crap. Right?
Right, they are. They taste like pickles.
Yeah, nobody wants that. For the rice, we're in a truck. This is the easiest one to make. Takes 90 seconds for the two of them. It's just enough. Mission, you got to get the extra grande. They don't have them usually in the bread aisle with the other missions. They're off to the side on a little kiosk thing where the other ones are. Get those. Frito jalapeno cheddar's pretty good. Melissa likes her Taco Bell hot sauce. If you're going to buy sour cream, get this. You can squirt it on stuff and not have all the toppings stick to your spoon that is full of sour cream. Of course, sriracha and utensils to do all the stuff with. And that's pretty much it. We'll start throwing this shit together. Alright, what I do is I'll put the Chi-Chi's mix in there before I start forking this up, because you are only cooking it in the microwave. If you cook burritos and tacos at home, you know you gotta let it marinate. Well, we don't have time for that shit, so we're just gonna put it right in there. 2 forks. There will be some fat in these. That's alright. Basically, we're just gonna tear it all up like this. If you wanna get right down in there, you can see what we're doing. Don't worry about the spices, they'll get mixed in near the end. I just like to get it activated and moving. And this will take a little bit, so we'll come back when we're done. And as you can see, the meat soaked up a lot of that juice. But the thing is you're gonna have a little bit coming out of your burrito, so you're gonna want to eat over a plate. That's not so bad. But that's the only way we're gonna get that dust to marinate. So we're gonna pop it up in the microwave for now. We're gonna hit it 1 minute. Now we've already cooked it for 2. We're gonna cook it for 1. We're gonna let it stop and sit. And in the meantime, we're gonna open up some beans. We're only gonna take out what we're gonna use for now. And the rest of this is gonna go into a bag and go in the refrigerator for the next time we have burritos, because all of this will make 4 good-sized burritos. Now I make usually a big one on the first night and a smaller one the second time around. Your mileage may vary, but you can get 4 decent burritos out of this. Boy, coming from Wisconsin, you think I wouldn't forget about the cheese. Sargento 4-state cheddar. It's the best cheese you can buy at a Walmart. Trust me, you can actually taste this stuff. You buy the Walmart brand or any of the fine, what ends up to be powdered cheese, you can't taste it anyway, so why are you getting fat when you can't taste it? Right?
Right.
Right. It also works great on salads. And those are going to go in next. We'll be taking this out. And the beans go in, sans the spoon. And I do 30 at a time and stir.
They cool off quick.
They do. Alright, beans should be done. Now we put in the rice, 2 at a time. 90 seconds. The meat will go back in for another minute as we sit down and load up on beans and rice. And then the meat will go on, and then cheese. And then we'll wrap them up and eat them like we're supposed to. I got distracted right there. All right, beans. Cheese. Well, first layer of cheese, you see. This does hers a little different. She's already with the rice. My rice goes on next. Not the whole thing. Yeah, see? Some's left. Just a little bit. And we spread that out. Hot sauce. Hot sauce. Sour cream. That's the meat. So one way around having a lot of liquid in here, like you can see, it's pretty liquidy. What I'll do is I either set up something that's not going to get real hot, or it doesn't matter if it does, like this here. And then we can kind of put it at an angle, like that. You just give it a little bit of time. Or push up and let it run down. So all that liquid's starting to go down towards the bottom. That way you're not spending most of your burrito eating time wiping your fingers. Oh, about that much. And then you know what's going to come next, right?
Another layer.
Cheese. Then we're going to go with some sour cream. Watch how easy this is, boys. Ho. Look at that. I don't have a fork or a spoonful of sour cream. I'm so glad they invented this. And a whole lot of sriracha. There is a bathroom where we're staying tonight, so I'm not too concerned with what might happen. Alright, so now we gotta fold this thing up. You wanna watch my technique? Here we go. If you notice that it's a little bit more to one side, you're gonna go way deep. You're gonna pinch, you're gonna fold, you're gonna push, you're gonna fold, you're gonna fold, and then you're gonna fold. That's a burrito.
Burrito.
And Alyssa's gonna wrap her burrito. She eats most of hers though. As you can see, it's much smaller than what it was.
I don't like a lot of tortilla.
Yeah. But an update on mine. No drips. Well, it's coming through a little bit. Oh. Now I gotta throw this plate out.
Oh no. There. Burrito.
Dude, mine's as big as yours is right now. And I ate all of it almost. Wow. Yeah, gonna have to do some laps around the yard after this one.
See the goats.
You and your goats. Alright, that was pretty good. Now we have to do a lap.
Walk it off.